Hey baby, what you doing? I'm looking for a good time. Leave this city in the rear view and take a ride. Girl, I'll pick you up in my old truck. Yeah, we'll blow this town. We'll take off heading into nowhere, just messing around. We can rob a line off in a honey hole, drop a tailgate down off an old dirt road, or pick a few songs on my Epiphone while you sing along. Hey baby, how's that sound? Me and you messing around. Take that little laugh in your voice as maybe. How about wearing that thing you wore last time and drove me crazy? It will leave now, yeah, right now we'll make sundown. Just get to getting to messing around. We can rob a line off in a honey hole, drop a tailgate down off an older road, or pick a few songs on my Epiphone while you sing along. Hey baby, how's that sound? Me and you messing around. You guys good?
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Well, guys, what you just
That whole
heard
rhythm
was our
section,
special
man.
guest here on the show today. We have Mr. Sim Balky
And Mr. Joe.
and a band member, Mr. Joe. over
Also
here.
known as JoJo. Also known as JoJo.
Call me JoJo.
JoJo. But no, we appreciate you guys being on the show. This is our first interview doing this. So
Awesome.
This is going to be interesting for us. This is exciting. Yeah.
It's our first interview too. I'm just kidding.
I was like, all right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna call bullshit on
yeah.
that. No, follow you guys that don't know. I'm Twiggy. I'm joined by BC, Big Country, Madman Marcus, Tater Tot over here, and like I said, we got our special guest today. So you guys stay tuned.
Hey y'all, Big Country here, bringing you a very special edition of Brodown. We have a very special interview with Mr. Sim Balky and JoJo. They're joining us today. We appreciate their time, and we're just gonna talk to them a little bit, ask them a few questions. All right, here we go.
All right, so I guess I kind of jotted down some questions. You probably have some of these rehearsed, but
Thought we were winging it. Man.
To an extent.
That's funny. We're gonna wing it, and then there's a list of questions down there.
yeah, no.
There's like 4, and we're gonna BS off of most.
Yeah, he's gonna say that, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. So we just jotted down a few things. I think the biggest thing was kind of we wanted to know what made y'all pursue music in the first place. Like
Music, man. Music. Now, honestly, we've talked about this. We were talking about this yesterday. When you grow up around music, or when music's just kind of in you, honestly, you just find a way to get to it. There's no two ways about it. It's just kind of like, you listen to it, you love it, you start singing in the car, you're a kid, you hear people getting guitar, drums, whatever. You just find your way to it, man. You find the instrument that speaks to you, and you do what you want to do with it. It's just, I think it's in both of us, wouldn't you say, Joe? It's just, since we were kids, man. It was not contrived in any way, man. It was just something that happened.
Yeah, man. Well, I found out something interesting last night when we were talking a little bit. You said you had a couple degrees and everything.
Yeah, well, hey, give me a couple shots and then I start talking.
that patron starts hitting, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Just so you know, this little country singer here, he's a lot smarter than most of you people out there. You wanna tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I have a bachelor's degree in chemistry and a master's in operations management. And on the side, my day gig, I daylight. I don't moonlight, right? Moonlighting's my music stuff, but I work as a process modeling and analysis engineer. So we do. I work
That's a lot of big words, man.
I'm trying.
No, man, that's
I'm trying not
English.
to sound. Yeah, no, I work at the lab in Los Alamos. Is what I do.
That's amazing, man.
Too educated for this drummer. Isn't that the case most of the time?
They're good to me, man. They let me do this stuff, and we travel all the way from the Midwest all the way to the Southwest. About the western part of Missouri now to Arizona, and all the way through.
right on.
Mexico, Colorado, West Texas.
And you
all
do a
that
lot
stuff.
of your own songwriting and stuff too, right?
Yeah, so we have 3 albums. First one was Shot of Life. Second one was Messing Around, and the current one is Straight Fire. The last one's more like of an EP, meaning it's a shortened album. It's 7 songs instead of 10 or more. But just kind of fit the model for today, right? Everything's digital, and you put an album out, and everyone picks one song or two, and they're only going to download that one anyway, so might as well just put things out quicker. Yeah. But I would say I write often, but I write about 70% of what goes on record, somewhere around there. It's there's just songs that are better than yours that belong on your record that they just are, man. You gotta they fit your style, and people pitch them to you, and they fit your style, and you're saying, man, I wish I wrote it, so might as well record it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then.
So what? Do you find like certain inspirations for certain songs, or what's your process there?
Yeah, well, if people listen to Shot of Life, you hear a lot of I'm from up north. Actually, we both are. So I'm up from north of Espanola near Abiquiu. So we're always camping out in the woods, in the mountains, near water. So if you hear that whole album, what kicked it off for us on radio was a song called Around That Cooler. I wrote it sitting on a cooler with my feet on a cooler with a beer in my hand. It's about being around the cooler, you know what I mean? It's
Can't
just
get any more inspirational than
there's
that
nothing
right
like
there.
being around water, man. Water, the mountains, cold air,
Just
straight up
around what
country.
he sees, just
Yeah, literally,
fishing,
just
little
wrote it,
lake.
and things like that. You're just inspired by your life, really. I mean, people around
Friends
you.
becoming family.
Exactly. That's the line in the song. That's the title came from that. It's called Shot of Life, but it's a line in the song. So yeah, maybe we want to try that.
We could try.
Might as well play it, man. You said pop off anytime.
Hey, there we go. That's it. Got an exclusive.
Count it, brother. We'll do
Right
it.
here from
We'll
Milwaukee.
we'll do a verse and a chorus just to get a feel for the song, right?
1, 2.
Fifth Wheel Mansion, Saturday. Lakeside barbecue, heaven on a plate. Beach towel bed laying sunny side up. Outboard engine, ice cold fun. 2 in the air on a 2 made for 1. Wake water rodeo ends when you get done. That's how it's supposed to be. Grab your things, get ready to leave, 'cause everything's better around that cool. Sun shines brighter, the moon seems full. Brothers and sisters become best friends. Friends become family, the party never ends. The shot of life goes down much smoother around that cooler. That's what it's all about right there. That's where it all started, man.
That's a hell of a story if I ever heard one.
Yeah, man.
Now, before we go any further, my curiosity is piqued. What the hell is that black box you're sitting on?
This is what they call a cajon.
A cajon.
Yeah, it's really a Spanish word for a box, but
Technical term, man.
Hey man, you can make an instrument out of anything.
Yeah.
That's
you can make an instrument out of a suitcase if you needed to. But it just got a deep bottom end towards the bottom of the box, and then it's got a little snare wiring on the top, so kind of gives you a. I think just gives
It
you a
essentially
feel.
models your drums, man. Just sitting on it, you can kind of play this kind of.
This is more for stripped down acoustic stuff, just so you can.
Yes, yeah. I watched you bring that out here, and I was like, why does he want to sit on a box instead of a chair?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, okay.
That's country right there, buddy.
Hey, it makes sense. And it especially makes sense now, but I gotta tell you, I was really confused for a minute. I started pounding on. I was like, all right.
I'll be sitting on a hard box, man. There's a nice comfy chair back here, man.
There's
like,
some
bro, we can get
cushion.
you a chair real quick.
He was like, no, I'm good. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, just trying to add a little feel.
No, that was awesome. It sounds real good.
Thank
It
you.
sounds real good together.
Appreciate it.
Every part of the band's important.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though I'm the only one that sits way in the back all the time, but hey, singers, right?
Singers are just a pretty face out.
We need a little room to move, man.
Yeah. I'm just a road dog,
All over the city.
That's great.
Well, so you mentioned like being on the road and stuff. You travel all over the country. I mean, is that something you really enjoy? Does it have its downsides, its upsides?
I mean, everything has its downsides, but so does work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, we love. Honestly, you have to love the road to be on the road. Let me turn this off right here since we are winging this thing. Phone start ringing or something.
That's a good point.
Yeah. No, we love it, man. It's really like a brotherhood, really. It's like getting in a car with your best friends and taking road trips every weekend or whatever. It's, you know, honestly, you like to feel like come home and say, God, that was so much work. But in the end, it wasn't that much work. I mean, you know, it's just friends traveling, playing what we love, man. And there is work to be done. It's the setup and breakdown. That is all the work, man. But the playing the music and the traveling, that's the easy part. It is. The downside is you're away from your family, you know, your work, your kids, you know. I think all of us are married in the band now. I say that because we have our guitar player, you know, is the one that turns over. Usually those guys are wild, man. I don't know what their deal is, but I was just making sure. I know the other 4 of us are married, so yeah.
Have a check mark.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, especially when they put you in a spot like this where you're just like, dang, I'm gonna sit here.
Yeah.
Twiddle my thumbs a little bit.
Get bored, man. That's why we're playing guitar. Like even yesterday, we're just hanging out, and things like this are cool because we we meet people like you guys, which is awesome. Get to do cool things like this, or we were just sitting here last night and went live on Facebook, just things like that. Just different, man. It's just different, you know. It's just all about the music when it's in these weekends. It's cool. So it's work, but
But it's
always a downside. You can always assume there's a downside to everything, but it's cool, man.
Yeah, as long as you enjoy what you do, man. Yeah, never work a day in your life.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
More power to you guys. I couldn't travel across the country with these fools. The 4 of us in a vehicle together, more than like 6 hours would kill each other.
Yeah.
We find a way. We always find a way. But you know, it's through the years, it's about actually getting along, finding a way to kind of get out of each other's way when somebody's not having a good day or whatever. But you know, there's a love.
It's usually harassing the crap out of that person when they're having a good day, and then you get out of the way when they're about to stab you in the liver.
When you can see you pushed it to the edge.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah.
But you know, it's a love, and you in the business you have to learn to create a love and build a love and a trust for one another, and it takes it. It's all worth it at the end, you know. Because we spend a lot of time away from our families and, you know, the people we normally have grown up with, and this is it, man. We shed the tears, we have the laughs, and make the memories, you know, and this is how it's done.
Hey man, that's what it's all about. That's kind of what we're trying to do here, you know. At the same time, different way of going about it.
man.
Absolutely. But
Now, just real quick, Joe, you mentioned you were also from up north. Well, he mentioned it.
yes,
Where are you from?
I'm out of Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so. You know.
What are they? The Greyhounds out there?
Yeah, no, the West Las Vegas Dons and the Robertson Cardinals,
Never heard.
and Highlands University.
I haven't heard of Highlands. That's what I was thinking of, even though it's not.
Yeah,
The Cowboys.
The-
Fitting, right?
yeah, Cowboys. By the way, Cowboys.
Which is where I
fan.
graduated from.
Really?
My undergraduate degree, yeah.
Joe, you might have to get off the show saying you're a Cowboys fan.
Hey, there's a guy wearing a Denver Bronco hat, dude. Doesn't sit well. Doesn't sit well with me.
There's
I'm a Philly fan, man.
Oh man.
Miami
Kicked your
Dolphins.
ass. No.
Miami Dolphins 8-8. Another season 8-8.
Yeah, man, you roll with them. That's all that matters.
Man, I've been with them forever, man. Win or lose, and it's usually lose. Hey, but as long as we beat the Patriots, that's my whole season right there.
That's an accomplishment.
That Miami Miracle, dude, that was something else. That was crazy.
That's what we do, man.
At least you guys could be the Browns, so.
I mean, it'll just go down forever watching Gronkowski stumble right at the end, man. Put him at safety anytime you want.
I'll take that TD any day.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but all the guys in the band right now, we're all from New Mexico.
That's awesome.
So you know, it's
All local. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
that's one
local
of our big things.
is relative, man. I live about 100 miles from him. He lives about 100 miles from the fiddle
Yeah.
player, and he lives.
Local to New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, in New Mexico, anything within like 2 hours is considered local.
yeah.
New Mexico natives.
Yes.
But you know, that's kind of a big thing for us is we're trying to get out there. We're trying to get with the local talent. We're trying to push local
That's cool,
talent
man.
and stuff. You know, because that's the home. You know, that's where we're from. That's what
Yeah,
we
man.
want to see succeed. And all these other people going out and okay, yeah, they're big, whatever. But you know, see somebody come out of New Mexico and make a name for themselves. That's something else. And
There's a lot of talent here, man. There really
Oh,
is.
yeah,
A lot of
for sure.
musicians, a lot of talented people in general in this state. We just, I mean, we're we're not overpopulated, so you got to go find them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And
there
we got,
is.
We got a lot of like Hollywood influence coming down now. They're shooting a lot
Yeah,
of movies
man.
out here, man. They're getting a lot of stuff like that out.
Got those scrappers here, man. Holly
It's
Hole.
just-
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
No doubt.
When Mexico's known for anything, it's its fighters.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's a lot of town, but it's overlooked by, they think it's bad right away. New Mexico's a bad place. Albuquerque's, a dangerous city.
It's just like
So,
small market, I
Yes.
think, compared to bigger markets. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean,
it's
I
all
don't think that
relative,
can
man.
hinder somebody's success as long as you're out there. You're doing your thing. The first time we were talking about it last night. The first time we actually saw you perform, it was at Balloon Fiesta here in Albuquerque.
I remember you said that.
And you opened up for Chris Young on that
Yeah,
show.
that was cool.
And it was probably about halfway through your set, man. You were sitting there performing, you're putting on a show, and my mom turns to me, she goes, "This guy's really good."
That's
She's
awesome.
like, "What's his name?" And I was like, "I don't know, but I need to find out because he is pretty good." And yeah, and they announced your name, whatever. And then afterward, you went and did like a signing or something at the merch stand.
Yeah, out back in the merch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were sitting back behind like the tent you were in. And my mom's like, "I'd really like to go meet him and all that." And we couldn't get into the little fenced area where you
Oh,
were
yeah.
at. And we were like, "All right, well, we're just going to kind of stand behind the fence and say what's up."
Yeah, we were those guys.
And be,
Oh,
those,
yeah.
and be those people is just like, "Okay, yeah."
That's weird because I remember somebody with one finger up. I don't remember you guys waving. It looked like you guys were doing something a little different from across that fence.
I was pretty upset that I couldn't get in, okay?
Yeah, you're like, that's my favorite finger.
Like, Sim, are you not gonna help us out right
Yeah,
now?
it's like, is that
Come
guy
on,
waving?
man.
Is that guy waving at you? I don't think he is.
We're fans, bro. Come on.
Number one, buddy.
But I will say, man, Sim is real good about interacting with the folks. We've done a lot of good shows and performed with a lot of upper class musicians, Chris Young and those people, and he always manages to walk off the stage and he'll go out and interact with the people and shake their hands, and he's very humble. He's very humble about hanging out with the fans and people we know. Just it makes it all well worth it, and I think that people really appreciate the fact that
Yeah,
we're just regular guys, man, playing music.
That's awesome to see from somebody from a platform like you guys have too, because you don't get that a lot in a lot of cases, and it kind of bums the fans out. It kind of bums
Yeah.
people out. And so you get somebody that's real humble, that's real down to earth, and you can meet. We met you last night, and we were like, "Wow, this guy's actually a really cool guy." Like we
That's
were
cool,
hoping
man.
like this guy was gonna be really personable and all that. And we're like, "Man, this guy's cooler than what we thought." like no offense, but
No, I
Yeah,
get
it
it, man.
was-
I get it.
it was one of those things where it was just like, man, this guy's really personable. He seems like a really cool guy to talk to, and I think this is gonna be fun.
This is where we came from, man. Honestly,
Hell yeah,
we
man.
don't forget where we came from. Who put us where we're at, and I don't even know where we're really at. We're just enjoying it, and the crowd gets bigger, and people get rowdier, and it's awesome. But you can't forget it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a fan of music too, and I'd love to meet the people that love Kit Moore, Justin Moore, Eric Church, people like that. And we've got to play with Eric Church before, and
Hell
Where
yeah.
was this at?
Sunshine Theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming up still, no?
Man, it was when Chief came out.
Oh man, that was a
So
while
this is
back.
right. This is like right before he blew
This
up.
is
then.
this is as he was.
Yeah.
This is when man, I think, God, what did he release from Chief?
Like
I think-
Springsteen or one of those. Isn't it?
It was right before Springsteen. I think it was. All right. Early morning, Friday at 5, man, I work, but I don't climb. Boss making sure that overtime up is can. All you gotta do is put a drink in my hand, fill it up, throw it down. Got a 40-hour week full of trouble to drown. No need to complicate it. I'm a simple man. All you gotta do is put a drink in my hand. That's right. That's all. That was like one of our. We got in that around that cooler. Put us there. I entered it in some contest in '92-3, I believe it was, and we won it. So the fans voted on our song, and they said, "You're opening for Eric Church." We were like, "What?"
You're like, huh?
Damn.
We got there, man. And we had played a couple cool shows with a couple, Tracy Lawrence and some other acts and stuff. But
Yeah.
for this show, man, it was like wall-to-wall people. I swear, you're only supposed to put so many people in that place. I swear, that sea of people, they were just jammed in there. It was It was ridiculous.
Definitely a fire code violation.
Oh man, I would never say that, but I will tell you this: we got on the stage and we have ear monitors, right? And you guys are probably familiar, but for those people that aren't, they usually see speakers on the stage, and that's so we can hear ourselves sing. Yeah. We use ear monitors, which blocks out all the noise, except we can still hear ourselves sing and the music we're playing. It was so freaking loud in there that my ear monitors were cranked as high as they will, which usually would blow your eardrums out almost, and I could not hear him. He's 2 feet behind me on drums. I could not hear a single drum. All I heard was people screaming in that place. And I looked at him and I said, "Oh, just count it, dude. We'll just sing and do whatever comes out." And they could hear noise coming out of the speakers, and it was one of the coolest feelings as we got to around that cooler, and there's this group of about 30, 40 people just singing it back to us right in the middle of all the people. And we're like, this is why we do music, man. And from that point on, we've opened for some crazy acts, man. I mean, you guys saw us at Chris Young.
Yeah.
We just played with Lanko recently, and we've done, Clint Black, Sarah Evans. We played with Aaron Watson, Randy Rogers. We played with a bunch of people all over, man, and it's just been cool from that point on. But that right there,
38 special.
Oh yeah, that was cool. That was cool. It's just that was a cool experience, man. Because that dude, man, he's just a great writer. To me, he's an artist truly. Because I mean, he writes his stuff, plays his stuff, and he has his deal going. You know what I mean? It's not just manufactured. He's awesome.
He does it his way. That's what we like.
Got his own unique thing.
Yeah, he's got it.
Awesome. So if there was anyone you could like collaborate with at some point in the future?
If there was anyone, I would like it'd be first Justin Moore, then either Kip Moore or Eric Church for me. Just
that's interesting. You say Justin Moore because you guys have a similar sound yet being like so different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that dude is he's just straight up country.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We were at your show last night and you played a Justin Moore song, and I can't think of what song it was off the top of my head, but I was like, man, like he covered that pretty damn good.
Well, I think we do a couple of them, right? But I think
You Look Like I Need
I think we do.
Till My Last Day.
I think one of my favorite songs from Justin is People say I'm just a rough boy. I ain't no good for you, girl. It's a dead-end street, trying to love me, I'll wreck the world. I can see why they're all talking, looking back at my past. I've got a bad name, but a man can't change. I'm living proof of that. Till my last day, till my last breath, of everyone that can, I can love you the best. Till my last day, I'll be loving you all the way up till they lay me down, 6 feet under the cold hard ground. To my last day, I'll be loving you. Woo! That's
Man, you got that like Midas touch where you just touch a dude and it's gold, man. you got that good stuff going, man.
thank you, dude. Man, it just
Yeah.
thank you guys, man. Thank
You know, and I'm sure you love covering songs, but back to your original stuff, you got Straight Fire. That's what, a couple years old now. The EP?
Year? 18. It came out in 18. It's about a year. What are we in? 17. I'm sorry. I feel like we're in 19.
Yeah,
We're about to
Yeah,
be.
yeah,
we're about to be, man.
Right there.
Yeah, it's a year and a half. June of 2017. It had to be.
So then my next question would be, you got anything else cooking up? Or?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Yeah?
we're working on another project. It should be mid this year that it comes out. This
Hell
coming year.
yeah. Can't wait for that then.
Yeah, man. We'll keep cranking out songs, man. That's all we know what to do.
That's
You
the way
know.
to do
I
it.
hope so, man. Because a lot of these days, a lot of people just it's not even that they're original anymore, And it's awesome to hear like an original band that sounds good. Because a lot of times those that are original, they're original, but they're not,
Yeah.
But then there's
yeah, I
ones
know.
that are good, but they're good at covers.
Yeah, and it's funny that you even bring that up because I don't know if you guys even follow our Facebook or whatever, but I had to put a post the other day and people were like, "The heck's going on?" We're kind of moving away in 2019 from doing cover shows. We'll probably still do some. We got to always make money, you know what I mean? And our transition in 2019 is a true transition to I don't know if I want to call them headline shows, but they're more 45-minute, 60-minute, 90-minute original sets with some cool covers. You know what I mean? We'll always throw rock songs in or stuff that I like, stuff that Joe likes, something that's just cool to do. But, you know, we got some shows now in Tucson and Phoenix and things like that that are just going to be our stuff. And to be honest, we've been doing that a lot, but we're doing that out of state, and we're kind of transitioning to that in state now. It's kind of funny when you grow up playing music around people and they support you and it's amazing and everything, but they hear you play those covers and they're like, play that song, play this song, and then you end up in this cycle where you're playing a lot of covers.
Yeah.
And we just kind of said, all right, this year, even at Dirty Bourbon, we're going to probably stop I shouldn't say probably, we already talked to them about it. We're going to stop the 3-night stuff. We're going to actually move to 1-night shows with another band, maybe, whether we're open or they're open or whatever it is, and just do our stuff, come in, go to another show, another state, another place, and just start doing that stuff. So we can do exactly what you're saying, is put our stuff in the front. And,
yeah, and I think you guys have every right to. If you guys haven't actually gone and listened to any of Sim Balky's songs, they're all amazing. I haven't heard a single one that I have anything negative to say. They're great original pieces of work. It's truly something to spectacle at, especially coming out of New Mexico.
I tell you, man, there's a lot of talent. I will say, man, I've seen in the last 5 years a lot of people develop in New Mexico and country, and it's growing. And man, I'm proud to see them do it, man. There's great musicians, great artists, great singers, great songwriters coming out, and it's good to see because we need to catch up in this market, man.
How do you feel about Chevelle Shepherd?
You know what? I don't watch The Voice much because we're on the road all the time, right? And you got to pick one vice, and mine's music. So when I leave, you know, I don't sit there and do all football every Sunday all day because I'm already gone for all weekend, right? So I tell my wife, hey, I'll do music. When I'm home. So I try not to watch too many of those things, but a friend of mine sent it to me, and I'm like, holy crap, she's amazing. She's amazing. Like 16? She's 16, and she's from Farmington.
Like
she is
sophomore?
amazing. So
I'm a fan. And we were just talking about this yesterday. Yeah. I'm a fan of Chevelle.
Yeah, and he asked me too, and I'm like, I didn't know what you guys are talking about. And then they show me, and I'm like, wow. And all I was getting at was, I wish I'd have followed the show because she's from New Mexico, and that was awesome. But amazing talent, dude, just straight up. Yeah. Love it. Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, man, it's cool to see. I'm surprised you never tried out for like one of those shows. Why haven't you done that?
I have. I've done a couple. So remember Nashville Star? I did
that. Nashville Star.
I got to
that's
the
an older one.
Yeah, that's where Chris Young came from.
I know.
Yeah, I tried out for that one, and it was like we got to the last round, so they film you, and they're like they choose you to be on TV or not, and there's 5 places in the country, and there's like the last 12 in each region, and you film you, and then they send it to the producers. They just didn't choose me, but it's an awkward feeling to compete because in the end, it's like, are we artists or are we just reproducing somebody's sound? Or it's an awkward feeling, man. You know what I mean? So it's kind of it's a blessing and a curse to do those things because, you know, it's people hear you and they know you're amazing or whatever. Like Chevelle, I just hope she gets a chance since she won to be her own artist and do her own thing and doesn't get directed doing what they would like her to do. That's where the blessing and curse comes in.
Get under a label's strings.
Yeah, because I would challenge this is what I hate about this industry is I would challenge anybody that's listening or even here to rattle off the last 10 winners of The Voice because you never hear them again, right? And I don't know why that is, but these people have more talent than I've ever seen, and sometimes we just don't. It's just not in the industry to push them. You know, if they don't make money for some reason or it's not their style, I just pray that she gets the opportunity to do what she wants to do, or any of them really. Yeah. And that's where the curse comes from. We all follow, we all hear it, and then it's like, where'd they go? It's not that they're not as talented; they just don't get the backing or the push from the industry, and I hope they get the opportunity to do it. So I stopped kind of doing that stuff because you get put in a weird predicament.
Yeah. It's like you said earlier, there's a downside to everything. So
yeah, there is, man.
Creeps up on you.
But if you do it right, you can use it as opportunity to advertise, and people know who you are. And hopefully, if she gets her stuff out there in her style, then she has a fan base already. We can all support her.
She has a real shot at it, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, we do that stuff or did that stuff. I try not to anymore because it's also heartbreaking, man. When they're like, "Yeah, you suck." I'm like, okay, thanks for that.
Every fifth grade talent show ever.
Yeah. You pour your heart out, and they're like, "Well, you're okay, but they're better than you are," and you're just kind of like, "Okay, I'll just go home and play my guitar again." So it's funny. It's a funny deal, man. The industry is odd, but the music never changes. That's the thing, and that's why I think we've stuck around for so long. Is that we play for the music, not for the industry, and for the fans that want to hear our stuff at the venues, and it's about that, not about where we're at or our status or whatever. It's just like, man, no matter how many shots they give us, at the end, like yesterday when you guys are there, we try to put our show face on and give everybody as much energy as we can, because they're there to hang out and have a good time, not to just see somebody going through the motions. So
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, man. So you touched on some new music. Do you have anything you could show us?
No, not yet, man.
No, you're keeping that exclusive.
Talk about the kiss of death right there, man. First of all, you're writing something, you forget words, and like, oh man, that guy sucks. He doesn't even know his own music. I already forget my own music now that I've ever recorded.
Hey, none of us will judge you.
Yeah. Nobody in this room. There's a few mics in here,
That's fair. I wasn't gonna ask it, but apparently we are those assholes, so forgive us.
No, it's just it's one of those things.
If you don't mind me asking, is there any specific song that you've currently already recorded and released that you kind of stands out to you?
You favor?
I feel like you're asking about a certain song that stands out to you, my friend. He was like, oh man, my favorite song.
I already know what song I like to hear, but I mean, like, you guys specifically, anyone that just really is fun to play or means a lot to you?
I'll add on to it. So, like, is there a song out there that you just feel so much energy from, that you love to perform, that you get a lot of fan reaction to or something, and you just kind of pushes you? Is there like a favorite?
There's a few favorites for me. See, when you ask that question, I've been asked that many times, and there's a song that I wrote on the second album that is probably my favorite song that I've ever written, and it's called Forever Tonight. But it's not driving in the way that people are like, oh man, that's a rock song, a party song. It's more like, it's really airy, and it like means something, and it just feels good, right? But then there's songs like Girls and Guitars that was a song I wrote with a buddy of mine, and we're sitting in Nashville, and we're like, screw this, man. You're told, don't write about this, don't write about that, don't bring this up. And we're like, this is just a gratuitous, hey, you know what? This life is all about partying and everything, and it's not. But it's fun just to write it and throw it out there kind of jokingly, right?
Okay.
So we wrote it. So Girls and Guitars is always cool to play. Forever Tonight is I can feel it when I hold her, saw it when I told her, ain't no love in those lips. Been a long time coming, she's looking for something, I'm holding on with fingertips. Yeah, we said forever we'd be together, nothing changing but time. So we sit here in this kitchen, both of us just bitching, forever is here tonight. And I'm dying inside, crying. So we're letting our love die. And that's some cool guitar parts over this whole thing, and some fiddle and keyboards, man. I just love it because it's so airy, but it's real too,
Yeah.
You with people, I don't care if it's a girlfriend, a wife, a husband, I don't care, partner, whatever you call it, man. You go through times that you're just like, shit, I am done with this. Like, I am so done. But yet, you're not really done. You know what I mean? It's just like...
I think we've all experienced that.
And it's real life, man.
It's raw emotion. That's the best way
absolutely,
to hit music.
And that's where that song came from, and I loved it, man. But, Girls and Guitars is exactly opposite of that, man. Let me start it this way. So the reason me and my buddy Andy Wills wrote this song, Andy Wills, by the way, is a great writer. He's written for like Jared Neiman and all kinds of stuff, and he's just, he's a great writer. So we're sitting there, and we were thinking about John Mellencamp. And there was a time when Nashville said, you write anything that sounds like John Mellencamp, and we're not going to let you record it. We're not going to help you record it. Matter of fact, don't ever write it. And we were like, just write it. So the song was a black man with a black cat, living in a black neighborhood, had in a stay running through his front yard. You know what thinks God is so good. Was a woman in the kitchen picking up evening clock. And he just looks at her. He says, darling, I remember when you could stop a clock. Well, ain't that America for you and me? Ain't that America something to see? Nah, nah, ain't that America home of the free? Yeah. Them little pink houses for you and me. So we just started. We're like, man, that's a cool groove. We just stayed with it. We're like, 5 miles up on silver wings, minding my own in the window seat. Big old boy ask, what do you do? I noticed your case and your cowboy boots. We talked a little while about where we're from, up in the clouds over a Coke and rum. But he kept on coming back to my crazy life. He said, man, you gotta tell me, what is it like? It's girls and guitars, whiskey and bars, driving through the night just to pour out your heart. It's a neon heaven, crank to 11, taking shots on the bus, go to bed at 7. We're living the dream that you think we are. I tell you, man, it's girls and guitars. So that's, dude, that's like gratuitous. Just people are always talking like, oh man, you guys must live the life. And really, we drive a long way, and then we set up, and we play for a small while, and then we break down, and we go somewhere else, and it is that part's work. But everyone's always talking about the girls, the guitars, the whiskey, the party, the man, and we're like, let's just write that song, man. And we did.
That's a fun song, man.
And it's cool. And so I love playing it because it just makes me laugh. And I just think of me and him sitting there writing it, and we're like, oh my God, people are going to either get it or they're not going to, or they're going to be like, oh my God, come on, man. You know, but for people that get it and get that it's just fun, man, you know?
Yeah.
I like the song. It just kind of has a nice energy to it.
Yeah. But that's where it came from, was that, Ain't That American, Pink Houses?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
Right
it came
on.
from. And just the feel, because we were just sitting there, you know. That whole groove is just whatever.
That's
So-
awesome, man.
Yeah, that's great.
That's cool pulling off like the inspiration like that. I think those stories are so cool.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm trying to take this next album, by the way. It's stories, man. That's where country, I believe, country music isn't maybe lacking, not country music. What's on the air for radio is lacking, right? Because there's some great singers, man. I don't care what style you are. I don't care if you're freaking punk rock or whatever. There's great music everywhere, right? And what's on the radio now, I will never complain at the fact that where country's come, because, man, there's great music on. What there isn't, though, is the stories that used to be on the radio, like in the 90s and even in the 70s and 80s. We're lacking some of that, and I think that needs to be mixed back in. And I think that's where I want to take this next one, is a little bit more storyline. Not everything, but, you know, just put the story back in country and, you know, keep it kind of country. And so I played this song. It was on Facebook, but this is what reminds me of like where country came from, what country is, and what country always will be when you think of country music, man. It's a Craig Morgan song. Yeah, plastic bags wrapped around his shoe, covered with the evening news. Had a old pair of socks on his hand. Bank sign was flashing 5 below. It was freezing rain and spitting snow. Curled up behind some garbage can. I was afraid that he was dead. I gave him a gentle shake. When he opened up his eyes, I said, oh man, are you okay? He said, I just climbed out of a cottonwood tree. I was running from some honeybees, drip drying in the summer breeze. After jumping into Calico Creek, I was walking down an old dirt road. have just been more. Man, I wish you just left me alone. 'Cause I was almost home. So to me, that's like the story kind of telling, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't even finish it. Man, I can't even play guitar half the time. I screw stuff up. And that's the cool part about music. You know, a lot of people are worried always about being perfect. And I just tell people that are starting out and all that, just grab your damn guitar and play, man.
Really...
Screw it up, don't screw it up. It's like you're around the fire at all times. If you treat it like that, it doesn't matter. People will enjoy it. Words wrong, chords wrong, it doesn't matter, man.
I think my man Todd over here is a fangirl for
Yeah.
that song.
That's like my favorite, man.
That song?
Like, yeah. Oh,
Dude,
yeah. That's my
Craig Morgan is one of my like singing inspirations, man. That dude is an Army Ranger. From what I understand, he's released from the Army on with an honorable discharge just to pursue music because he got a contract, the whole deal, and I mean he was legit Army Ranger, man. And they just said, man, pursue your life. And from what I understand, and he's had a hard life, man. He's lost a kid and some crazy stuff, but that dude is just straight country and can sing his ass off.
Craig Morgan's
That
really good.
that dude can sing, dude.
Amazing.
Much
Hey,
respect for that guy. He is, man. He's badass.
You
Straight up.
You
when
should have.
Twiggy tagged me in that in your post on Instagram.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
Like, I was like, man, this is great.
You should have seen his face light up just now when he realized what you were playing.
I thought he was gonna cry, dude.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah.
Scott,
in the
Yes.
air.
My fake lighter was just.
Dude, he's great, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
that to me is why country music will always live. When you can put stories like that and a voice like his, that dude is legit,
Yeah,
man,
man.
in every way. And that's what I think needs to come back. And don't get me wrong, I never hate on anybody's music because I think there's value in everybody's stuff. But the radio itself, the way they push certain styles, needs to mix in some of that stuff back in. And just, I wish we could do that because I think country would get its rep back in terms of it's solid all the way around. You know what I mean? Right now, I think there's people arguing this, Texas country that, alternative this, pop this, and I'm like, just put it all in there, put it all back in there, man, and we'll all be good again. Everyone would be like, cool, we got it all.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think we'll call that a show, man. I want to thank
yeah.
you guys again. This has been awesome. We really appreciate this, and
Oh, well,
we had
thank
a
you
lot
for having
of
us.
fun. Is there anything you want to play us out with?
Man.
Cough,
Was it just-
nudge.
Were you just cussing at me? He's like, damn it.
Yeah, damn it. Do we got to end the show?
Number one's about to be in the air.
Now he's pulling out more instruments over here.
Out of the box.
You changed, waltzed into my life like you were someone that we both know now you're not. It ain't the same, 'cause right now those I do's feel like I'm done, like we're done, giving all we've got. I'd have every right to leave. Baby, why don't you tell me? What am I supposed to do? Damn it, I'm in love with you. Why don't I walk away? Why do I stay? Sometimes I hate the truth. Damn it, I'm in love with you. That's the best chord in country music right there, by the way.
Hell yeah,
One more
man.
time.
Thank you guys
Well,
for
man.
joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you guys again.
Appreciate it.
From all of us here at Brodown, make sure you guys go and listen to Sim Balky's music. He's on Spotify,
All
Apple
of it,
Music.
all of it, man, yeah.
He's up everywhere. YouTube. Go follow him on Instagram, Facebook. Get everything. He's,
Everything's at Simbalky, man.
Yeah.
S-I-M-B-A-L-K-E-Y.
He's out there, so go give my guy some support. He's awesome. We loved having you on the show.
Hey, man, thank you for having
We
us.
thank you guys very much, and for all of us here at Brodown.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.